Hi, I'm Nick with Dorman Products, here to talk to you today about valve covers. The valve cover is the component of an internal combustion engine that covers the top of the cylinder head and valves, as its name indicates. Primarily, it exists to help keep dirt, dust, and other debris out of the engine, which can help to prevent premature wear and tear on the moving parts. It also keeps oil inside the engine where it needs to stay to lubricate the valve train, among other parts. In times gone by, the covers were often just simple stamped steel lids for the valves. However, the valve cover quickly became an integral part of the very first emission controls. In the early 1960s, the PCV valve began replacing the road draft tube. Oily blowby from the crankcase was no longer routed to the atmosphere, but instead recaptured and routed back into the engine. That PCV valve was plumbed into the valve covers. Since then, valve covers have undergone many changes. They've been lightened by using polymers in their construction, and complex baffling has been implemented to better separate oil from the air, preventing it from entering the combustion chamber. Valve covers have been shrunk more tightly to the heads and valve train to provide room and oiling benefits, and some valve covers today even feature integrated PCV systems. Failure is not uncommon. The covers endure exposure to oil and wide temperature swings, as well as the expansion and contraction of the cylinder heads themselves. They also have the formidable task of sealing the engine oil in and keeping contaminants out. So when one needs to be replaced, it's important to have a solid replacement option in mind. Your customers will most frequently be coming to you for valve cover gasket sets. In fact, that may be the initial reason you see a customer who then tears into a job and finds that not only the valve cover gasket is compromised, but the valve cover itself is damaged. The most common failures are stress cracks, warped sealing surfaces, and threaded inserts that have loosened. Dorman offers a wide range of valve covers. They're an easy sale. You can offer your customer a high-quality replacement cover that will be more reliable than a salvage unit that has undergone years of UV and ozone damage and far less costly than an OEM part sourced from the dealer. Our covers almost always include the necessary gaskets for installation, and they fit and function just like the original valve cover. Rest assured, a Dorman valve cover will bring your customer's engine back to being a clean, leak-free power plant. For a few special cases, we sell some OE Fix items to make this service easier. In the case of valve covers that have integrated PCV valves, we offer just a valve for some vehicles to prevent the replacement of the complete valve cover assembly. We have a few other OE Fix products that involve manifolds with upgrades as well. Since the intake manifold and valve cover often work as a team, it is possible for one to fail and cause the failure of its counterpart. Our OE Fix manifold and valve cover kits replace both broken pieces and solve the problem that caused the double failure all in one box. In general, installation of a new valve cover is simple, but it's not always easy. Inline 4-cylinder engines aren't too difficult for a DIY to tackle, but some valve covers can be a little bit of a bear. The rear bank of a transversely mounted V6 and V8 engine in particular can be a lot more involved. In spite of that, standard hand tools and a torque wrench are really all your customer should need. You may also want to recommend a quart of motor oil, as it can be lost in the process depending on the engine, and also some degreaser, as usually the leak is the reason for the replacement. If your customer is equipped with all those items, a successful install is almost a guarantee. And remember, if you need any help before, during, or after the sale, our Dorman technical support team is always there to help. Give them a ring at 1-866-933-2911. Thanks for taking a little time to brush up on valve covers. We hope it helps you and your customers. I'm Nick, and I'll see you next time.